thumbs up. Brilliant. First of all, I want to welcome everybody to tonight's Zoom. My name is Staffan Liebeck. I'm calling to you from Thailand, actually. It is now 10:01 here in Thailand, and it has been fantastic and very, very adventurous last month. Let's say it like that. Today, after a few weeks now, actually, I've been focusing a lot together with Jonathan Gibbs on Green, looking what happens with Switch and all the other projects. And we all know that Connect is starting on the 16th, if I'm not totally wrong, with switching on the rewards and so on. So I would like to see if we have Stephen Miller with us here, because he's invited to this Zoom to be with us and explain about the rules and regulations for it. And I am sure also that he will take questions. So let me see if I can find Stephen. We have at least Steve Little with us here. So let me get him on first. There we go. I think we should have Steve Little at least with us now. Is that correct?
I'm here. Can you hear me, Stefan?
And there we have actually also, we have Stephen Miller. I will make you also co-host. Hi, Stephen. Long time no see.
Hey, how you doing?
I am great. I am great. A lot of work going on here. And so I will simply leave it to you guys to take over and explain what are the latest here in Connect and what should we focus on and prepare for. So thank you for
let me jump out there first, and then I'll hand it over to Mr. Miller to give you some of the details. Let me just say, first of all, welcome to one and all. We are very excited. I love this idea of technology and this global community, and it is incredible to me that I can sit here in my home in Texas and communicate with about 150 to 200 leaders across the globe. And I want to say up front, we consider it a privilege to link arms with guys like Stefan and Mike and Nigel and the crew and the leadership team you guys have assembled. Aaron, you guys have got a tremendous leadership team, and you know that. And so, but with that said, let me just give you a quick little short preview. My name is Steve Little. I'm the president of Connect, and I'm kind of the newbie to the leadership team within the greater Connect family. And I've known the visionary, I remember him right. I've known him for many, many years. We're good friends. And what happened to me is, I don't know where you were, but I was one of those guys that I knew crypto. I understood it kind of at a very high level. Way back when I listened, when I first heard of Bitcoin, it was at $100. But what I did some Google searches, and I listened to some experts, some of the wealthiest people in the world, and they convinced me that that was a bad idea, that I should not do that. And I don't know if any of you were where I was, but listening to those so-called experts cost me many, many, many millions of dollars, because I later understood some of the impact, and I began to get some understanding. And I had some friends that they truthfully accumulated, some of them wealth, some of them substantial wealth in that world. And as I looked back on my business career of 30 plus years, and I look back on it, there was a few times I'd hit some real home runs. And every time, Stefan, when I looked back, there was three things that all those deals had in common. One, I was at the right place at the right time. Two, I was with the right people. And the third thing, I brought the right kind of activity and energy and action. And so when I decided to link arms with the Connect family, the greater community, it was one of such a thing. I felt like this was kind of the culmination of my life's experiences coming together to maybe have the greatest impact ever. And I had made friends with Stephen Miller, the guy you're going to hear from here in just a second. I'd made friends with him along the way through some of my other contacts, and I began to see what was available. And man, I knew that the timing was right. This thing had been building. I started mining green 4 years ago. And so, Stefan, I know you guys have taken fondly to Mr. Jonathan Gibbs, as I have. I'm one of his biggest fans. And but I'll tell you this, as it relates to Connect and the Wind blockchain, we have made some tremendous advances. The developmental team behind us is absolutely incredible. You're going to see some things online today, supposed to be released, in fact, in just a matter of a few hours. You're going to see some things online that are upgrades. It's by no means the finished product, but you're going to see some things that are tremendously advanced from where it was even like 2 days ago. And what I want to do is I'm going to hand this off to Stephen here in about 30 seconds. But I wanted to say hello to the international family. I want to tell you we're proud of you. We appreciate your partnership. We appreciate your partnership and the understanding. Everybody wants to be early because, you know, there's probably a greater opportunity early. But also, it's never fun to go through the growing pains of being early. And that's kind of what we've been doing. And as we endure the enhancements, you're going to love those enhancements as we go forward. But as you look back on the past, it won't be too long before that's in the rearview mirror, and it's going to be a great war story. Let me tell you how it was back when. And but with that said, I want to hand the ball off to my good friend Stephen Miller, the president of the Wind blockchain. The guy is highly accomplished and extremely qualified to be at the level where he is. And so, Stephen, let me hand it to you, my good friend, and take it away.
Thanks, Steve. You know, we share a name. We share a lot of, we have a lot of different things in common. One of the reasons that, you know, the team, I think, reached out to you is because you're just, you've had such amazing experience. You're the right man to kind of jump in and help go and grow where we need to. And that's a huge blessing and benefit, I think, for the entire community. We all know each other. It's been a while. Sorry, I haven't been on in a while, but there has been a lot of really necessary focus and work that's had to be done on the back end. That's really where the majority of my time has been spent over the last many weeks and months. Even, well, it's been weeks. Maybe it hasn't been several months, but you know, that's really where I've been, is focusing in on making sure that we have the Wind blockchain in order, making sure that it's where it needs to be so that we can grow this, so that it can have legs and longevity and be something that's not just a flash in the pan. I mean, that's, I think, what we all want. And it's been my message from the very beginning since I've been talking to everybody here. Obviously, things have taken longer, but I want to help you understand further a little bit of what Steve said earlier, which is over the last 3 months or so, we have brought on, I think, over 150 new people to the development team to be working on the technology to grow. That being said, it doesn't happen overnight. Those individuals have to get up to speed. They have to learn the ecosystem of what we're building, which is different often than what many of them have experienced before. Development is similar in a lot of worlds, but when you come into the blockchain space, there are so many small nuances that are just different, and you have to get used to it. You have to think a little bit differently. And so that's been a lot of the process as we've been bringing these new teams up to speed. I've been spending a lot of time helping to explain and go over again and again and again our ecosystem and what it is that we're striving to build, because at the end of the day, we're just at the very beginning still. There's a lot to improve. There's a lot to grow. There's a lot that will be built still. And we need the right team, and we need them to be, we need them to have a knowledge base consistent with the vision of what we are building here. And I know that I've said this before. I know that Steve Little has echoed this. Jonathan Gibbs has echoed this. We are building the largest blockchain community in the world. As a matter of fact, we've referenced this as the true metaverse. And those are kind of those punch words. Those are those key phrases that are often used around the world right now. They're used in a lot of different ways, but I don't believe that there are many who really understand what it is that's coming down the road, what's happening right now, the shift that is happening. but we at least understand a little bit of it. And with the little bit that we understand, we are moving forward full force to develop and build an ecosystem where individuals can come, where they can do things that they normally do in their normal life, but they can have greater security, less fraud, more success. I mean, there's all these different things that kind of the blockchain provides, and that's really what we're focusing on is creating blockchains with a purpose that can easily replace the day-to-day things that everybody's using and doing anyway, but make it better, make it actually something that they can implement easily. And up until now, that really hasn't been the case. So I'm going to go through and share a few things. I've got our new presentation that I want to go through. Let me share my screen. I think I'll be able to. Yep, I can. So bear with me just a second here. Okay. So hopefully you can see my screen. Can you see my screen okay? Give me maybe a thumbs up if you, okay, good, perfect. So this is the new presentation. We've just kind of gone through and gotten it updated. We will be updating and putting this into your dashboard inside of Connect, so you'll have access to that. I'm hoping to have that done by the end of the day today, actually in your dashboard. As well as a lot of the other things that I'm going to be talking about today, I will be following that up in writing. We just got an approved communication also back from our compliance. We are very concerned and aware of how important it is to just make sure that we are communicating appropriately, that we're not saying something weird, that we're not promising anything, that we're not guaranteeing anything, right? That this is all part of how we protect this amazing blockchain community. And so I'm going to move forward here with this, and I'm not going to necessarily present this as I normally would a presentation. You're all expert presenters. You all know how to do that, but I do want to go through some of this and the flow and what we've how we arrived at where we are, with a lot of input from also many in the community. So here on the first slide, this is where you want to maybe just talk a little bit about your experience in the blockchain, right? How did you find out about it? Who told you about it? What did you do before the blockchain? If you're the presenter, you want to get out there and do that, right? That's the normal thing that we all do. And then talk about kind of the transition for you. What really caught your eye? What was it that impressed you about what blockchain technology can do? The next slide here is talking about kind of the bigness of the blockchain, right? Blockchain is the most important technology evolution since the dawn of the industrial age. Many experts are looking into blockchain technology. Some of the top Fortune 100 and 500 companies are now spending millions, if not billions of dollars on implementing blockchain parts of technology into their business and business strategies. Well, why? Why are all these massive organizations coming into and dumping a lot of resources into blockchain technology? Comparing this with other huge advancements out there, we could compare it with the cell phone or internet. Here's which is what this graph is doing, is comparing this with internet adoption. And we know that internet was actually adopted fairly quickly. It started right there around 1991, and it took about 10 years for its massive adoption. And you can see kind of in numbers how many hundreds of millions of users there were that were using the internet after certain numbers of years. Well, we're already ahead of that in cryptocurrency. You can see we are growing, and there's obviously a whole lot of projected growth of where blockchain and Bitcoin in the crypto world is going to go and where it's going to grow. We don't know exactly what's going to happen there, but based on trends, we feel like it's going to continue to increase and grow. But time will obviously tell. So these innovative pioneers on the blockchain are reimagining solutions, right? They're looking at things differently now. They're introducing these new paradigms of how we can solve real world problems. And the question is, well, how does the normal average individual take advantage of the blockchain? How do you play a integral role in supporting blockchain technology? Because before, when new technologies came into play, you had to know somebody, right? You had to be maybe a really big company. For me, I tell the story. I was involved in real estate back in the 2007 and 2008 crash that happened. And when I was involved, we were a small company. We weren't a big company, but we knew a few really powerful people in the real estate industry. We actually knew somebody who knew the vice president of Fannie Mae. And when the banks started selling their real estate, they would group these big lumps of homes together and sell them off in what they would call tapes of homes, right? And they would sell these big groupings of homes off. And with one of the very first groupings of homes that was sold off, our small little company put in a bid. And it wasn't, normally you had to be like $100 million company, or, you had to be this like big behemoth of a company to be able to participate. Well, we weren't, but because of who we knew, we were able to participate. We got in, we actually bid on it. We got that very first round of homes. And we were able to participate in getting homes at like 5 to 10 cents on the dollar. Some of you even at a penny on the dollar almost, right? It was crazy. But that was because we were in a position to do so. The average individual couldn't really participate in something like that. Well, blockchain is different. This is what's so huge to me, is blockchain is something that anybody can participate in, no matter who you are. It doesn't matter what your economic stance is or standpoint is right now. You can participate in blockchain technology and earn rewards for doing so. It's amazing. I love what this does. And so how do we do that, right? You operate nodes. Nodes are kind of that system, that ecosystem that supports these different blockchain technologies. And those node operators earn those digital rewards by contributing that computing power, the connectivity, supporting those different blockchain functions. That's how they earn those rewards. Now, again, the question, I went back. So what is node software, right? And this talks about it, what node software is and how they can do it and run it. And why should I own a node? Well, again, the reason why you should own a node is because it supports these new blockchain technologies. It's kind of that foundational area where you can come in and play a really important role in the growth and spread of blockchain. Imagine if you had an opportunity in the early days of cell phones. You see, we all use cell phones, and so I think we take it for granted. We've got this little device that's in our hand where there's no cord attached, and we can use it every single day, and we do use it every single day. But we don't really understand that if it wasn't for the early on individuals who put cell phone towers up before there were even cell phones, if we didn't have those people, we would have never have a cell phone network. We would have never be able to use the phones. And even in the early days of cell phone usage, it was bad. Calls would drop, every 10 minutes or something like that. Every 5 minutes, these calls would drop. And it wasn't until the network got stronger and stronger and stronger that cell phone adoption became even larger. And now it's something that we use every day. We don't even think about it. I mean, I don't know if you guys are like me. I'm 42 years old. I remember back in the day when, your phone had a little round dial, and it had like a 6-foot cord. And if you wanted to get really crazy, you would go out and buy a 50-foot cord that you could like pull and reach into your bedroom so you could have some privacy on the phone call, right? Things have changed, but that's because there were a group of people who understood the power of the technology and they supported it early on. Well, that's why a lot of people are jumping into the blockchain space. This is why those individuals are purchasing nodes and why they're supporting blockchain technology, because they understand what that can mean in the future. So how do you decide which nodes to buy? Well, the answer is simple. These blockchains that we support here inside of Connect are blockchains with a purpose. They're blockchains that are doing something. They're solving problems. So which one of those missions connects with you? Which one of those missions do you feel like you're drawn to support? And then support it, right? We make it easy here for you to find those projects that you truly believe in and then support those projects. Here are some of the projects we love, right? Some of the ones that we are supporting are in the renewable energy space. Green, right? Setting power free. Well, what does that mean? It's digitizing the value of electricity, right? Digitizing that value of what electricity is and what it does, and putting that on the blockchain. This is what green is all about. And as a matter of fact, green has been very successful to date. Green has done some really neat things. And if you have been on any of the calls with Jonathan Gibbs and his team, Green is going to be doing some awesome things this year to help support the project, to help grow the project. And we can all contribute likewise and do similar things, right? And we can help Green to grow. So this is an amazing project that a lot of people are already participating. Many of you are already participating in. I know I am participating in, and it is one that has a huge purpose. Switch is another one we've heard a lot about, obviously. Spending your digital rewards, being able to actually switch those digital rewards into a fiat currency that you can use in your own country, wherever you may be. What a powerful concept and problem solve, right? This is a solution to a lot of problems right now in the crypto space, being able to switch it, store it, spend it, or send it and spend it, of course. Oops, wrong button there. Galvin, improving your health, right? So all these different blockchain projects are focused on a specific industry or a specific problem and solving that problem. What if we could reward you for healthy living, right? That's what Galvin is all about. That's what they're trying to accomplish. Element, you know about Element, right? Precious metals, ores, diamonds, and rubies and other precious stones. Even your watch, maybe your Rolex watch that is an heirloom, or your ring that's already out of the ground. All these things can be protected and tracked on the blockchain. And even the in-ground assets, the mining, the gold, all those things, is it possible that we can improve the value of some of those metals and some of those different things by keeping them in ground? This is one of the questions that we have. There's a lot of cost to taking all that out of ground. And if you can keep it in ground where it's safe, can we change the way we think and the way the world believes and thinks about these different items and precious commodities? Liberty, right? Freedom and safety. Liberty actually here in the coming weeks is going to be launching a secure phone. This is something that I know we've talked to Liberty a little bit, but they have been really heads down working on a project where they have the secure technology on a phone that can be used, that really is all about safety and security and keeping your personal data in your own control. This is another amazing project. And there's more to come on this here in the next, just the coming weeks. We're going to be talking a lot more here about the Liberty project as well. So how do you support these projects? Well, it's really easy. You buy a smart node, right? Any of these projects, you can get in there and purchase a smart node. But also, if a smart node isn't for you, or if you can't do that right now, you can purchase a light node from any of these projects, a smaller version where you can continue to still support the project, but maybe just at a little bit of a smaller level, right? This is the best way to get involved with blockchain technology, to start supporting these different projects and to receive the digital rewards associated with each one of these. Now, here in the presentation, I'm just pause for just a second. This is where we're putting a little bit of a transition, because up until now, everything that we've talked about has been product centric, and we want it to be, right? We want this whole community, this blockchain community that we're building, to really love, participate in, and experience the products. The transition now here is, normally in a presentation, I would let everyone know, if you're done and you want to go out and get your smart nodes or your light nodes, go for it. Get the link from the individual that invited you to this call, and get onto your own, create your own free account and get in there and explore and purchase a node, purchase a smart node or a light node with the blockchain or blockchains that you love and want to support. For those of you that want to learn how you can earn more on the blockchain by sharing these types of things with others, by sharing these different nodes and these different projects with other people, well, stick around, right? We're going to take another few minutes and go through this. And this is what we call our share to earn, which is through and by the Win blockchain. I had to cover up a couple words there on the left-hand side that we had to take out, which I haven't been able to edit yet. But anyway, this is the Win blockchain, right? In addition to earning distributions daily with your different projects, Connect distributes Win to users every day. This is launching, by the way, on the 16th. We're going to be launching the rest of this, which Stefan, you said that earlier. You are correct. It is the 16th. We were pushing and working towards May, but noticed a few things that we still needed to adjust. And in order to get that done and not launch something that was inaccurate, we pushed it out to the 16th. But yes.
Yeah, let's take, I have a few questions, so let's go through it, and then I will come with some questions on behalf of members also. Thank you.
I'm not done yet. Do you want me to stop, or you want to keep
No,
going?
continue.
Okay, perfect. So inside of the Win blockchain, it's easy to become an influencer, right? Where you invite your friends to join Connect. It's free, right? For anybody to join Connect, it's free. And then you invite them to expand the blockchain. Help your friends support the expansion of these blockchain technologies by owning and operating a node license. You earn as an influencer is also easy. Your friends, so influencers, right, can earn a percentage of the net revenue every time a friend makes a purchase inside Connect. And then they can also earn from your friends' friends, or what we call your connections. Influencers also earn a percentage of the net revenue every time a connection makes a purchase inside of Connect. So to be an influencer, anyone and everyone can become an influencer. You don't have to have millions of followers or this huge network or anything like that to become an influencer. In fact, you only have to have 5, right? You only have to have 5 friends. So once 5 of your friends have purchased a Win Smart Node, you're an official Connect influencer. And the most active influencers earn the most, right? So if you take action, you can earn more. So the top 50, if you make it into our top 50, our top 500, our top 5,000, or our top 50,000, you can earn a percentage of the allocated daily distribution for each of those different buckets there. And of course, the remaining 5% of the daily distribution is shared by the entire community that owns a Win Smart Node. So being an influencer has its reward. And just so you know, if you make it into the top 50, right? If you're in the top 50, you're also in the top 500, the top 50, or 5,000, and the top 50,000, and so on and so forth. If you're in the top 500, you're also in the lower brackets as well. So how do you get started on the Win blockchain side of Connect? It's really easy. You purchase a Win Smart Node. That's the easiest way to do it. There are other ways, by the way, besides this. If you wanted to come in and become a part of the START program, you can do that, which is $100 and $25 a month. That gets you 4 Win Lite nodes up front and an additional Win Lite node every month that you're paying that $25 per month. If you are unable to purchase any nodes, maybe you're in a really not great financial position, but you'd like to still participate in the Win blockchain, it's really simple. If you sell 5 Win Smart Nodes, you can earn your own Win Smart Node. Okay. So again, this is for us. We're trying to make it as simple as possible, as easy as possible for people to qualify and to participate in the Win blockchain. And then, of course, once qualified, you can earn all sorts of rewards. Now, I am going to be sending out some communication later on today and that's today my time, but later on today, for many of you, you're going to be going to bed soon. But I will be sending out a communication later on this afternoon that describes the qualifications and how one qualifies. It goes through all the different details and nuances of that qualification. And so you'll have that in your inbox. We'll also be posting that to Inside Connect, so you'll be able to read through that information. And so just real quick, to be clear, on the 16th is when all of these changes are going to go into effect. So up until the 16th, we're still going to be paying out based on the old plan, which we've talked about and everyone understands. That's all going to be continued to be paid out. For those of you that have sold bundles or multiple bundles, if you sold even 5 bundles, you're already qualified. You don't have to re-qualify. You don't have to resell 5 Win Smart Nodes. You've already qualified as an influencer. Okay, and so you're already going to be able to continue on after the 16th as an influencer, and that's all fine. But if you haven't yet, if you haven't sold any Win Smart Nodes or or Win Lite nodes, then you're going to have from now until the 16th to do that if you want to have no hiccups whatsoever. But of course, you can choose to qualify anytime that you want to, just by jumping in and doing those Win node sales. 100. If you sell 100 Win Lite nodes, that will equal 1 Win Smart node for qualifications. Okay, so if you sell 100 Win Lite nodes, that will equal 1 Win Smart node. So you would have to sell 500 Win Lite nodes to then qualify also as an influencer on the Win blockchain. Yeah, I think that's at least for now. Let's go through some questions, Stefan.
Yes, brilliant. I will start with repetition a bit so people get what they maybe missed. So 16th, to repeat again, is the start of the new qualifications, correct?
On the 16th, that's correct. The new qualifications begin.
So old qualifications will be rolling until the 15th.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
When will this be paid out? We're talking now obviously mostly about pools that you qualified for. When will this be paid out? When will this roll out? So we are able to get paid.
Thank you. They will begin actually on the 16th. For we're talking about for the node support rewards.
Yes.
Those will begin on the 16th. For anything that has passed, that will start getting paid out on the 16th. Obviously, for something that is earned on the 16th, we'll still be subject to that delay, that time delay that we've talked about in the past. And there will be a lot more information and details coming out. But yes, anyway.
So basically then to repeat on it. So let's say now we are working until the 15th. That means obviously we have a delay after also, is it 21 days? So that will keep on dragging out with the old qualifications, correct? Then until everything is paid out 21 days after the 16th.
Correct. That's correct.
Brilliant. So let's repeat that so everybody understands it. Anything that has been presented until now will still be valid today, the next days, and so on, all the way to the 15th of this month. From the 16th, it starts paying everything that is older than 21 days from the 16th, gets paid out on the 16th. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Then we have after that, we have kind of a tail coming after us until we are 21 days past the 16th. Now, from the 16th and on, Stephen, I just need to ask for that. First of all, the first 2 levels that you're getting paid on. What is the qualification to get paid on the first 2 levels?
Thank you. So there are a couple of ways that you can get paid. First of all, to get paid on the first level, so transaction rewards, and I'll just refer to them as what they're called in our documentation, right? So a transaction reward is paid out to anybody who either has purchased the START program, or if they've purchased a smart node, right? A Win
smart node.
No, a Win smart node. So because we removed before, and let's just talk about it, because before the qualification used to be, which honestly we never implemented or required, but the qualification was your first smart node that you purchased, you had to pay that $200 per month. We never implemented that. We never, I guess I should say, we never required that. But we never enforced it. But that was a requirement. We just never enforced it. So anyway, regardless, we took that $200 a month out, which we heard everyone said, hey, is there a way that we can do it without that? And then each additional smart node was going to be a $5 per month fee, which we removed that as well. So we removed all those monthly fees and said, okay, we can't control what any of the other blockchains are going to do, their pricing, whatever. I mean, they're doing what they're going to do. The only thing that we can control is the Win blockchain. And so for anyone that's participating in the Win blockchain that wants to earn rewards in the Win blockchain, they have to qualify through the Win blockchain, right? In other words, they have to sell a Win smart node, or they have to purchase a Win node to participate in the distributions of the Win blockchain, right?
So what did you say now? Sell one or purchase one?
So let's go back. In order to participate in transaction rewards, you have to yourself, you can purchase a START program, you can purchase a Win smart node, or you can sell 5 Win smart nodes. Okay, this is how you can participate right away in direct in transaction rewards. In order to participate in transaction rewards and confirmation rewards, you have to at least purchase a Win smart node or sell 5 Win Smart nodes. In other words, you can do everything without purchasing by just selling, right? If you just sell 5 Win Smart nodes, that qualifies you from that time forward for all.
And you do not need to purchase your own Win node.
You don't have to necessarily, because if you have purchased no Win Smart nodes, but you sell 5, you will earn yours.
Yeah, understand.
Right. And so you don't have to purchase anything. You will, by default, if you earn your way there, you will get it, and then you will be qualified. Right. So the purchasing just allows you to accelerate that process. So if you want to start earning those rewards faster, purchasing a Win Smart node or the START program will allow you to start earning some of those rewards faster. That's all.
Okay. What is the START program? Can you specify the START program?
Absolutely. The START program is a way for individuals to just start building their nodes, right? So basically it comes with 4 nodes up front, 4 Win Smart nodes up front. And then each month that you're paying that $25, you're getting an additional Win Smart node. Right? So you're basically getting product, but you're putting yourself on a program so that you're getting more and more of those Win Smart or Win Light nodes, I should say, every single month, right? And,
okay. So you are purchasing 4 light nodes, you mean?
That's correct. 4 light.
And then
nodes.
you have a monthly fee of where you buy. So you are qualifying with that, or buying up front to 2,000.
That's correct.
Okay, got you. Interesting.
That's correct.
So all of these, then let's say that I have a frontline that does that. Can they do the same and I qualify? So they are also on a startup program 5.
So you can, as soon as those individuals have hit 100 nodes each, right? So if you have 5 individuals that are on the START program, as soon as they have hit the 100 nodes or 100 light,
you will be qualified. But in order for me to start getting on the first 2 levels, I only need to get on the program with $100 a month.
That's for the first 1 level.
Okay. For the first
transaction rewards. That's for transaction rewards. Yep.
And let's jump to the confirmation, which is the two generation.
Yep. So for 2 levels, you have to own a Win Smart node personally. So you have to personally own a Win Smart node or have sold 5.
Okay. Got it.
And then to qualify for all levels and every part of the Win blockchain, potentially, right, based on your action points and all that kind of stuff, you have to have sold 5 Win Smart nodes.
Yes. And with that, you would either have got 1 smart node yourself or bought 1.
Correct. Because once you have sold the 5, yes. So you have to have a Win Smart node yourself and then have sold 5. So,
okay.
But if you sell 5 without having never done anything before, then that will automatically give you the 1, and you have already sold the 5.
I understand. Right? And this is only on my direct, so to say, the ones I sell myself.
That's correct.
Okay. Now, a very crucial thing is, because Win is a blockchain and Win is a smart node, I assume, as we speak. When I mine, then I'm switching it on. Obviously, I understand, and it has to do with verifications in the future of the transactions on the blockchain, which comes to commission and rewards. I guess that is correct. Now, I'm getting rewarded for that, and I'm getting Win rewards on a daily basis when I run it.
Yeah. So if you are running your nodes, you are receiving participation. Basically, you're earning points towards participation in the distribution of Win, right? And
exactly. So same way as Green or Galvan or any of them.
That's
now
correct.
The $1 million question is then, what can I do with these Win points? What is the function of them? What is the usability of them?
Yeah. So right now, and it's just like every other project, nothing right now, right? The goal is for our entire ecosystem to run on Win. Eventually, what we see in part of the roadmap is for all products and programs to be able to be purchased with Win. Is for I think even eventually we will have the hope and the goal is to pay in Win, right? People will just be earning Win. And so that's the goal. Right now, Ethereum is a lot more stable. It's been around a lot longer. And so we pay in Ethereum and we receive in Ethereum, right?
Gotcha. But the future would be to pay rewards in VIN and actually have a more value in it than.
Oh, that's, I mean, again, the value is going to be determined by the community and the growth and the adoption, right? But that is the goal. That's part of the roadmap.
Okay, understand. Now, I guess that there will be coming, as you said, more qualification rules for us. Is that, when will it be published? Is it today or when can we expect the full documentation?
Yeah, we'll be sending out, so a couple different things. We'll be sending out an email to everyone that's on the email or that has an account, right? So we'll be sending out an email to everyone with that documentation. Number two, we'll also, just in case something wrong or weird happens with your email, we'll also be posting that to Inside Connect. So when you go onto your dashboard in Connect, right there on Inside Connect, you'll be able to view and access that as well.
Okay, so just a little bit wrap up that one before I take one more thing that I see as very, very important here. Now, with qualifications, when a new person starts, we all know maybe he comes in on, on a starter, he goes in with $100. Maybe he thinks, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going in with 2,000. I'm going to start building my business. I do 5, I qualify and so on. Now, I know that there is daily actions, how you're getting paid monthly. Is this in some way, is it only for the future what you do, or can you start accumulating and retroactively get paid? Do you have these 21 days to qualify, so to say, or is it only and only from when I purchase the node myself? How does it work?
I'm not sure I understand what your question is.
We have different ways of incentivizing people. And especially for people now on this call, it's very important because we all have greens, I think, that are on this call, most of us. We have Galvan, we have Switch, we have Element, all these things that we believe in. And obviously we were not informed about or didn't understand that we needed to have a VIN node. So now my question comes here that obviously everyone that has been working before, we are getting paid for what we did, okay? Correct. So now we have built the business, then we have Green that earns us points per day. We have Galvan maybe, we have Element and so on. Now, why I'm asking the question is very, very simple, because obviously we are getting paid for that until the 15th. Now, if somebody misses, for an example, to get themselves activated, do I lose out on all of this trail or does it maintain? Because I have activity points that I'm earning constantly. Do you follow what I mean? Because we have some of us have huge businesses here. Does anybody else on the call here understand what I mean? Sirpa, I have a business that I built. We have thumbs up. I probably have a few thousand nodes there, people are running them on a daily basis. Let's say, Stefan, now then, I get sick, I end up in hospital, and for some reason, I didn't, manage to qualify myself. Is all the past work gone, or will it carry over, when I qualify?
Thank you. That is a great question. I don't believe that anything's going to be lost. That's not the point of this. The point of this is just to move forward with qualifications. So I to be honest with you, I don't think we've even discussed that point right there. So I'm glad that you asked the question.
Yeah, may I say it's a quite important point.
It is. And all of our conversations have been about qualifying for moving forward. There's never been any desire to stop someone's qualification from before, right? And so you're not gonna, no. So let me just say, you're not going to lose past sales. Those will still count for you. Those are still your past sales, of course. And the work that they do on the WIN blockchain are still your past sales. And so, yeah, you're not gonna lose those.
So I have a follow-up question to this that will become very, very important. When will we be able to see, our organization in some kind of way? On the 16th,
so on the 16th, there are two things that are being massively updated right now. Number one is the Blockbot report, which we've been talking about for a long, long time. We've actually gone through and revamped and reworked the distribution model that was feeding into that. So the Blockbot report will be available to be seen on the 16th, which will show your nodes and your activity, all that kind of stuff. Number two is Connect Pay portion, which shows your team and the rewards you get from them. One of the things you're also going to see in that is where you fall in qualification in terms of, where you rank. Did you make it in the top 50, top 500, top 5,000, top 50,000 yet? Have you not qualified for that yet? What's your complete win score? So you're going to see all of those things also on the Connect Pay portion.
Okay. Are there any other additional benefits by having a Win node? Because I remember before we have been discussing, are there any other, thoughts about, what you can get for, being a Connect Win chain member?
Other benefits.
We spoke about before, for an example, if there are any benefits from the projects that are already connected, to Connect and so on, or is it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Are you talking about the 100 extra win per month?
Very important.
Yeah. So each, absolutely, that's still there. But in order to get that 100 extra win per month, you have to have a Win Smart node, right? So you have to be participating in the Win blockchain. But yes, every other win that you purchased through Connect will also be receiving that extra 100 win per month. Absolutely.
Let me see if I have something else. So in other words, I think that it is like this. I want to thank you first of all, Stephen, coming on here and clarifying a few things. I will be, as soon as I receive, the documentation, be going through it myself, and also with other top leaders in the network, including Sirpa, Peter, Rimidas, all of you guys on the call, Simon, and so on. And obviously we will have a lot of questions. So I would highly appreciate to have latest on Tuesday, upcoming Tuesday, then a repetition with the full rules and regulations and questions then, because then we have all time to, because what I wish to see over the next, I'm going to be very frank, I wish to see a much improved communication towards the field. Because I take it very seriously, coming on this call, putting up the time away from my family, working the business and so on. But we need all on this call a very structured, straight out communication in order for us to help each other to grow. So I hope, Stephen, you can take that back to the team, and, we need to improve, all of us, on communication, including me.
That is, you're right. That is the most important thing. And at the end of the day, the better we grow, the better we communicate with each other. The more we communicate with each other, the better it's going to be. And we know that there's been a lot going on in the background that I've been focused on. And I had to step out for a little bit, and, anyway, I haven't gone anywhere. We're here, we're working hard. We're excited.
I understand. So listen up again then, guys. We're looking forward, everyone, to get the final specifications so we can study them and come up with the best questions for it. I want to now say, Stephen, the only thing we need is a working vehicle with rules and regulations in shape, and I think all here, I want to say this, for you also, Stephen, listening. I'm here personally from the beginning because of relationship. Okay, that's Aaron and me started talking and so on. Later on, it became very interested about what is really Connect doing, green and so on. And now Jonathan popped up, and I can see a real benefit of being part of green. Okay, so something that in the beginning wasn't so interesting. People asked me, hey, can I choose instead to take switch, or can I take this and that? I think we all start to understand now that green is the foundation of it all, including being able with micro solar farms, hardware. You see it for the future, reverse staking, helping people to pay their power bill. I mean, all is fantastic, switch and so on. Now, I want you guys to think about also that everything that we did with including green and so on so far has yet to be paid out what comes to pools. Okay. So we have got very used to here to get maybe one level, organization bonus or something like this. So personally, I'm looking very much forward now to the information, because I need additional information, because all of these questions plus more, Stephen, I'm getting on a daily basis, and I don't mind working 26 hours of a day if I could, but I need my facts. That's how I worked all my business all my life, learning the facts, studying it, coming up with questions and so on. So For me, that's the most important thing, to get the answers to our questions. Then, foremost of all, after that one is to see where are we going with things. And for me personally, looking at what green can become, what Switch can become on top of that, infrastructure that gets being built. Not only digital infrastructure, but also maybe even hardware structure with solar farms and so on. So I'm very excited about that. And let's connect Stephen and Vin, so we can all benefit from all of the projects also.
Yeah, and one thing I may have, so this is in the documentation, I may not have said it, I don't think I said it, because I saw a question here. The Connect fee, the $2,000 fee for the Wind node, that is an annual fee. And so that's one thing that I may not have said that, but that is an annual fee. Rather than have it go up in value with each one that's sold, because we're not doing that. It's been transformed. It's held down at $2,000 only, and it is an annual fee. The other thing, because I know
do you get more noding capacity for that yearly renewal? Yes or no?
More capacity? I don't know. No,
because you can, in other words, otherwise only have one Wind node.
No, you can have multiple Wind nodes still.
Okay. So
yeah, many people are still
$2,000 per Wind node fee.
That's correct. And I have personally more than one Wind node. Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
What about the people that bought it for more than $2,000 now?
Yes, thank you. Great question. So that will be applied to the next year's annual fee. So it's none of it will be lost. So everything will go and be applied.
Okay. Okay, I thank you for that one, Stephen. A lot of questions.
I want to add one more thing, because there were several people that bought those Wind nodes a long time ago that haven't been active yet, right? That none of them have been active. The activation date will start on the 16th as well for that. So no matter when you bought that node, the annual activation date will start on the 16th. And then, of course, if you paid a higher fee for that node, that will be a prorated application towards the next year as well.
Okay. I think for me, we have been going on almost an hour already. So as you guys heard, repetition again, next Tuesday, Stephen, the same time then.
We'll say that again.
For the next Tuesday's call, for the additional.
Same time.
Brilliant.
Same time.
So thank you, leaders on the call. I appreciate you guys, and I hope to see you guys live.
Thanks,
live
everybody.
around the planet also, in the next weeks, months, and years. Have a nice evening. Thank you from me, and good night.